Hello students, welcome to CMIS online classes. This is Pravesh sir and I am presenting this video for the students of standard 6. In this video, we are going to discuss about the first chapter of our English grammar, that is the sentence. So in this video, we are going to discuss about the definition and examples of sentences, kinds of sentences, identify the kinds of sentences, types of interrogative sentences and transformation of sentences. Among these points, we are going to discuss some of the points in this video and some points in another video. Now we will understand the sentence with its definition and examples. So what is sentence? A sentence is a group of words that gives us a meaningful sense. That means a sentence gives us a meaningful sense. If a group of words doesn't give a meaningful sense, that means it is not a sentence. A sentence always starts with capital letter and ends with full stop, question mark or an exclamation mark. So let's take an example from the warm-up section of your book from page number 1. So we have a warm-up section there in which an exercise is given to unjumble the group of words to arrange them in proper order to make them correct sentences. So here I have written some of the examples from the book so that we can solve the same exercise here on the board, and at the same time you also can solve the exercise in your notebook. There are 6 questions in that warm-up section, from which I have written 4 questions here on the board. So I am going to solve these 4 questions, and from those questions you are going to solve 2 of those questions. So here I have written question number 1, that is a beautiful is painting what this. So this is also a group of words, but if we read it, it doesn't give us a meaningful sense. So we can say that it is not a complete sentence, because to give a complete sentence it has to give us a meaningful sense. So now if we rearrange these words and keep each word in their correct place, then we can write this group of words in a complete sentence. Like we have question number 1, a beautiful is painting what this. So the right answer will be what a beautiful painting this is. So the correct sentence ends with exclamation mark. So it is an exclamatory sentence. Now come to question number 2. The questions I have written here, the sentences I have written here is not in the proper order as it is written in the exercise, because I have taken some of the difficult questions here so that some easy questions you all can solve at home. So here number 2, question number 2 I have written here, maybe it is question number 3 in your book. So here I have written tonight to an concert going I the. So this is also not a complete sentence because the words are not arranged in proper order here. So when we arrange the words in proper order here to make a complete sentence, it becomes like this: I am going to the concert tonight. It ends with full stop and it is an assertive sentence. So now come to question number 3. It is once the at door open. So this is also not a meaningful sentence because it does not give us a meaningful sense. So the meaningful sentence of this question is open the door at once. So this is an order. It also ends with full stop. So it is an imperative sentence. Now come to the last question, that is question number 4. It is written here, see well sings how. So if we read this group of words, it also doesn't give us a meaningful sense because the words are not kept in correct order here. So when we kept these words in correct order here, it becomes like this. How well she sings. So it ends with exclamation mark. So it is an exclamatory sentence. In the warm-up section, I identified each sentence with their kinds. So how do we identify the kinds of sentences? So here now we will understand the kinds of sentences. We will understand the kind of sentences according to their functions. So what are the kinds of sentences according to their functions? Functions means what kind of expression do they deliver or do they convey. Each sentence has its own expression. So what kind of expression does each sentence carries? So now we will understand it with the help of the kinds of sentences. So according to the functions, sentences are of 4 kinds. They are number 1, declarative or assertive sentences, which are again classified into 2 kinds, that are affirmative or positive sentences and negative sentences. Now number 2, we have interrogative sentences or question sentences, and number 3 we have imperative sentences, and number 4 we have exclamatory sentences. Now come with number 1, that is declarative or assertive sentences. Declarative sentences or assertive sentences are just the statements. They are the straight statements which deliver something in a clear point of view. Like, we attended our music class today. So this is something that I want to express or I want to deliver in a straight manner. So this is a declarative sentence. So it gives us a positive sense. So if we want to identify which kind of assertive sentence this sentence is, so it is an affirmative assertive sentence. But I can write the same sentence in negative sense, that we did not attend the music class today. So here the sentence carries not. So the sentences that carry no, not, none or never, these kind of sentences are called affirmative negative sentences. If the sentences carry no, not, none, never in them, they are called declarative but negative sentences. Like, I want to participate in the singing competition. This is affirmative sentences. But if I say I don't want to participate in the singing competition, this is negative sentences. But both are assertive sentences. Now come to interrogative sentences. Interrogative sentences are those sentences that ask something, that ask a question. So question is also a sentence, because if someone asks us question, we understand it and we give the answer. So we understand what that sentence want to convey. So understanding it, we give our answer. So these sentences are interrogative sentences, and an interrogative sentence always ends with question mark. For examples, where is my mother? How old are you? Has he finished his job? So all these sentences ask something that we have to answer, and all these sentences end with question mark. So these are question sentences or interrogative sentences, and these sentences all end with question mark. And now come to imperative sentences. Imperative sentences are the orders, suggestions, command, or a piece of advice. So, imperative sentences like declarative or assertive sentences, they also end with full stop. But the expression they want to deliver are different. So here I told you imperative sentences are the commands, requests, suggestion, advice. So we will understand after reading that sentence that what kind of expression does that sentence want to convey. So according to that we identify the kind of sentence. So like, please help me. So here I am requesting someone, please help me. This is also a sentence. But when I am saying this sentence, when I am writing this sentence, it means I am asking for help. So this is an imperative sentence. If I say, just go and bring a glass of water for me. Go and bring a glass of water for me. So this is an order. So it is an imperative sentence. So now come to the last kind of sentence, that is exclamatory sentences. So exclamatory sentence always end with exclamation mark or carries an exclamation mark with it. So an exclamatory sentence convey our entire or sudden feeling of joy or anger. Now, exclamatory sentences. An exclamatory sentence is framed by using WH words or interjections. For example, wow, what a beautiful painting, or how beautiful your dress is. So, whenever we frame an exclamatory sentence by using WH words, it always ends with verb, either a main verb or helping verbs. Whenever we frame an exclamatory sentence by using WH words, it ends with a verb. And now we can also frame an exclamatory sentence by using interjection. So interjection, we all know that interjection are those words that alone carry the feeling of our happiness or any kind of grief or sorrow. So now I am making an exclamatory sentence by using interjection. Like, hooray, we won the match. So whenever we make an exclamatory sentence by using interjection, after interjection we have to use exclamation mark, and after that we have to complete the sentence by using a common statement. Another example of exclamatory sentence by using interjection is, alas, the dog is dead. So here alas is an interjection, after which I have to use exclamation mark. And whenever again we start writing the sentence after using exclamation mark, we again have to start with capital letter. So these were the examples of exclamatory sentence. Now come again, like declarative sentences always end with full stop, interrogative sentences always end with question mark, imperative sentences like assertive sentences, they also end with full stop, but the expression they want to convey are different. And now exclamatory sentences always carry an exclamation mark with it, or they end with exclamation mark. Your homework for today is the two questions that we left from the warm-up sections, that along with the other questions that I solved on the board. With those questions you have to solve the left two questions also, and you also have to solve exercise A, in which you have to identify the kinds of sentences. I hope the explanation I made regarding the kinds of sentences and how they end will obviously help you to solve exercise A, in which you have to identify the sentences, for which you have to write D for if the sentence is declarative, I for if the sentence is interrogative, IN for if the sentence is imperative, and E for if the sentence is an exclamatory sentence. So you have to solve exercise A in page number 3. This is your homework for today's class.